stream on life support until the AV demons are exorcised.
Hey, how's it going? I'm doing well. Happy Thursday. It's almost Friday. It's almost Friday. Hope you guys doing well. I figured out. Oh, I didn't figure it out. I found out the thing I wanted to find out this morning, which was the flickering thing from last night. Oh, flickering. The outline stuff from last night. That has been figured out. So, yay. Also, just now, I was like, you know what? I want to try, just kind of curiosity, see what the character looks like when they're smaller. Because I just want to see what it looks like at lower resolution. And I'll show what that looks like in but a moment. Because it is interesting, I think. So we can figure out which one we want to go with. But I'm thinking what I'm going to do is go with a lower resolution than we had before. So I'll probably still render the same way I was doing before, but then it will just render, it will just, go even lower. It will lose some of the face, but I feel like it'll be more honest to the pixel aspect of it without looking like it's just a low-res character, which is kind of what I'm, the main thing that I want. So, let me see if I can actually show you guys. in a way. Should do it this way. Probably just move them somewhere else, honestly. Yeah, there you go. Oh, what happened? What happened there? What? Why? Okay, there. Just have them. Anyway, so that's the characters in the different resolutions. So in this one, it's the highest res, right? So obviously you can see all the little details. On this left one, you can basically see almost nothing. And honestly, funnily enough, this left one works better than the ones in the middle, even though it is the lowest resolution. Funnily enough. And I think it's to do with the face. Because the rightmost, you can read the face on, right? That one there, you can read the face on the best. But, how do I... This one, like the eyes become basically a line. And honestly, because they become a darkened line, it almost reads the best instead of the other two. Hey guys, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing all right. Just checking out the different resolution stuff. That was a little quick test before the stream. This doesn't even have like normal. They do like super fast one. So full res, and it actually goes to 60% res compared to if this is 100%, then this is 60%. And I might go with 60%, honestly. Yeah, let's actually go into the game. I can show. Why not? I don't know why I'm trying to show on the little display. Yeah. Like, I feel like that. Oh, okay. Again, myself right here. There, you can see it better. I feel like that almost reads better than that. And that's just... I should probably also turn on the shadows for these guys. Collision, no, and shadows, yes. And I think it's because... it doesn't have all that detail. Because this almost reads like a high-res image because of how small it is on screen. While this one still reads pixel arty. So honestly, I might do this one. Also, here's my outline test. Let's see here. Working. To like toggle the outline on and off. And that's working actually real nice. Obviously, we'll have it be colored, and we'll have control over that by having another layer. That also means that if I want to, I can now render out like lots of layers and then just have them all work right on top of each other. It'd be a pain in the butt because I have to render all the flip books separately or set up all the flip books separately. But if I want to have like a glowing thing or whatever, I can have that quite easily. So, which is cool. Yeah. But yeah, so I think we'll go with potentially this one. I don't know. Oh, these guys hate it. Maybe not. This guy is still. Hey, look, we can see the strafe. Not strafe. The left and right movement kind of working here. Kind of goes a little to the right. Goes left. Right. It works pretty well. Well, honestly. He currently doesn't stop when he gets to me. Now he's gonna be all up on my junk, just just rubbing all around me. Pleasant. How pleasant. Yeah. I just want to show that real quick. See that here. Closer. I probably get rid of these guys. These are no longer needed as test ones. I mean, I guess I can keep them just for like record keeping, just for fun. Like back here. We don't need this one. This is like the old one. This is what we're doing today. We're going with state trees today, but again, I just wanted to take a look at this stuff just before the start of the stream, just to play around with different quality levels. The fact that this is this way, just happened to be this way, I think is gonna work. Plus, the belt reads well. Like, I think all this stuff reads well. There's a little bit of like color variations, but just enough to read something there, but not enough to like see any detail. Yeah, the one thing we do lose at this resolution though is like this. So maybe I don't go all the way down here, but I kind of want to go all the way down here. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, I should probably pull up my spreadsheet. Okay, so spreadsheet time. We got jump back. Oh no, we need to set up jump back. So we need to set up dash to be able to dash away from the spot. Away from spots and away from player. So instead of jumping to, it jumps away. Should be relatively simple. Theoretically, just really should be simple. Let's find out if it is. We have dashing. So let's start with the dash towards player. Let's do dash away from player. Yep. Ooh, I might want to rotate towards player or rotate away from player. Depending. So let me go with a new variable here. Face player. And then here we do a select based off of face player. If it's true, right, we do this. Well, if it's false, we want to face away from player. Which is basically the opposite. So the lookout is from the player to the enemy. I guess instead of face player, I can do face away from player. The default will be face player to be true. As in, this is false, so we want to do the normal face player. Go. That should be good. Did you watch the new episode of JJ Giga Guts? I saw that came out. I haven't seen it, obviously. I've been at work. So. Line of sight to player only matters if we're trying to dash to the player. Let's clean this up by doing this in a sequence. So if we're not facing with the player, so we're facing towards the player, this goes false, and this continues on as normal. Otherwise, we need to do a little bit more. I guess otherwise we just bypass this and just continue on, right? The problem is this distance and all that. We need to do a different select here. So what we can do is get dummy actor, split this off. So all we need to do is find a spawn for this guy. So we need to do a line trace for objects. Just a regular line trace for objects. Yeah. It's going to be from the enemy until it hits a static object, basically, or it'll hit nothing. So it's gonna go from the enemy, and I need to know where it's facing. So I guess it'll be now the actor's forward vector, because I set it to be. Oh no, I need to do. Oh yeah, I said it was rotation. So then I can do get actor rotation. Get forward vector. I should be able to do get actor forward vector as well. There have been times when they gave me an issue. Let's just try it. Get actor forward vector. Multiply by the distance, the dash distance. And goes here. So basically, hey, check if there's a wall behind you. Yeah. If there is a wall, I should set this up, and that's fine. Let's do this. So if it hits, I could probably do just a select instead. Yeah, I'll just do select instead. So always spawn this. Location will be a select. based on whether or not I hit something. So if it hits something, then we do the impact point. We're doing the impact point here? Yes. If we didn't hit anything, then we're using this value, the final end location. So trace end. Just use that. And that's really all we need for this, right? Because after this, the one thing I am realizing is I did just set it up to do both, face away and face 2, which the whole point of this was it doesn't need the face 2 part. So, sure. You know what? To from player. Fine, we'll just do. I said I was gonna do it only just in one direction, but yeah, it's fine. And this is the launching stuff. Okay. I'll move this to the top. It's up a little. Get launch arc and launch character. Jumping away. Okay. So let's see. Let's see if this works. So what we'll do is here. Go ahead and do I want to just get rid of all of the it's loading all the stuff. Why don't you stay cached? There you go. Okay, delete all. Dash. Did I call it do dash to from layer? Oops. I guess it's not really dash anymore. It is jump. I'll call this jump to from player. Because if you just jump really quick and low, it'll effectively does. Same thing. Okay. And we can play around with this. No offsets, stop movement arrival. Cool. I love that you're not doing the thing. Get rid of this. Get rid of this for our testing. Why aren't you doing this? You go away. Oh, it's because we're now in combat range. Let me just... This is going to be our test. And if it is on state succeeded, transition to test. Did it not like that? Okay, let's just do delete this conditional and just do this. There you go. How is he now just floating forever and ever? Okay, let's go ahead and add add state sibling wait after delay for like, I don't know, 2 seconds, and this uncompleted, go to next state. Okay. So now he's going towards us. So that's working. Let's go and make the wait a little bit shorter. Test this better. But okay. Then we can try saying, like, really decrease the time to target. I think what I need to do is also turn off the make the no jump thing, because this is nice. This like, so we can make him really go quick. I do want to do the no jump thing. So let's do the no jump thing. So we'll do no jump anim exposed. So if we come here, we are definitely launching. So because we haven't failed out of, I guess we could have failed here. That's really the only one. That's fine. We'll do it here. Okay, so if we do no jump anim, then we need to get you, add a gameplay tag, no jump anim, and then on state completed, yeah, completion status, or is it on exit state? Call when currency is exited and task is part of active states. Calls right after a state has been completed but before new state has been selected. Called in reverse order to allow. I don't think it really matters, but this is before new state has been selected, so this is what I want really. So then we remove the no jump thing. So the character can jump again. Okay. Looks good. So if we now go ahead and go to the testing one and turn on no jump anim, Why are you still doing the jump anim? Excuse me? Does not have no jump. Does not have no jump. So she should never have entered here. All right, so this is hello. Okay. And the launch is after that. So why? Okay, what if we don't do this? Okay, that seems like the right thing. So maybe I shouldn't be doing the completion where I am. So let's try override event exit state. No? Oh, It's because he's still in the air when the task completes. He hasn't landed yet. So what I need to do is not have this here. I need to have this on landed on the the parent character. So whenever he lands, then he can jump again. Should be fine. Unlanded event. Remove no anim jump. Yeah. So now I can have him come closer really quick. Okay. And now if we go ahead and make this like time to target like 1 second. We can have him like hop. That animation is kind of weird because we have no jump anim turned on. We do want jump anim if we're doing this. Yep. And we can do like 1,000 distance. Right, so we can now have him hop. Okay. So now let's go away. Let's do face away from target. 500. Yeah. Now he's jumping away. Hey, Jerem, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Ooh, but face away from target also makes him face the other way. What if we did forget what it's called. Focus. Have you considered doing a tutorial on doing road junctions like in your road network tutorial, but where you maybe build the mesh dynamically for odd-shaped junctions? I mean, considered, sure. Do I know how to do any of that? No. If I figure out a way to do that, I mean, sure. But that also means that now if you want to do like an advanced road, God help, God have mercy on your soul, right? Because if you're doing like a cube that's bent and then have it all work together, cool. But what if you now also want to have like lane markers? What if you now want to have also borders on one side but not on the other? But sometimes you don't, because maybe you have a beach there. So now you want to have a different railing. You see where I'm getting at? The idea is always good, but now you have a giant list of things where to do that one thing you want. Have you considered the giant list of things? that will be a problem that if you want it to be automatic. The beauty of making your own junctions, V, Y, etc., is if I want, let's say, a V or Y shaped junction, theoretically I can make a little bounding box I can place anywhere on a junction, and it will swap it to that kind of junction, like in that kind of intersection, and obviously all the things will snap to like the new points, right? That is more controllable, and that way you could say I want this specific intersection here, and you already have it pre-built and it's like set up with your lane markers, whether or not you want to have like, maybe you have lights that need to be controlled there, right? How's the traffic gonna work, right? Once you start thinking like past that, visually you want it to be built automatically, it's like, oh, we're getting into issues now. So yes, you could do procedural building of any kind of junction, but you have to be prepared for a whole lot of problems. If you're fine with that, absolutely, it is doable. Best of luck. So I'm probably not going to do it myself, is what I'm saying. But have I considered it? Yeah. It like to do it like on a base like setup probably wouldn't be the end of the world, but it would still not be easy. Yeah, I don't have. I'm still trying to figure out how the hell I'm going to be doing multiple lanes. I haven't gotten a solution for that one yet. Right? Because that's number one thing that's on my mind. Is right now we have the same amount of lanes everywhere. But what if I want to have one intersection or one part of the area that has more lanes than others, right? We want a main road and we want like sub roads and dirt roads, all that stuff. Okay, well now, how do we do that? And what if what happens on one side is one type of one is 4-lane and the other one's 2-lane or 3-lane? So now we need to have a conversion from one to the other. So yeah. Hey, Gloam Dusk, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. If you can imagine it, it can most likely be done, but that doesn't mean it's worth the time and effort at all. In all cases, exactly. And that's the thing with the procedural junctions. It can be done. You could absolutely do it. Houdini would probably be better for that because it's just so much more powerful. But once you start thinking about all the things that you are now gonna ripple down because of that one choice, it just for me personal at least, it just not worth it. Oh, there we go. So now he's jumping back. Well, look at me. So we can have now him jump back if I make the time to target super quick. He can go super fast. And then I'll probably just turn off the jump. And him. And he can just... Oof. Oof. Bye-bye! Oh, you're not distracting at all. If I didn't want to have anyone ask me questions, I wouldn't be streaming. No such thing as distraction here. Coming from Houdini, wanting to dive into BCG, haven't gone yourself to try. Houdini is like an ocean compared to a drop in a bucket that is PCG. I hope you realize this. The difference in control and power you have in Houdini compared to PCG is literally comparing a drop in a bucket to an ocean. Just so you know. There's a reason that the Matrix demo for Unreal Engine was done in Houdini and not inside the engine. Yeah, PCG is a little more powerful now, but that's not going to change much. Not to that degree. So yeah, I gotta figure out the road thing. I have some ideas. If I can figure out how to on these spline meshes tell it to do grammar instead and use grammar for the spline meshes, I can maybe swap the first and the last based on some parameter that I need to set somehow automatically, but that's going to be hell on earth to do it that way. Or somehow swap the mesh a different way. But then that will give me the first and the last one, but it wouldn't give me everything in between. Because if the first one's 4 and the last one is 2, maybe I want 2 in the middle. Maybe I want 3 in the middle. Maybe I want 4 in the middle. Right? Because maybe it goes down and then down again. Or maybe it goes from down, it keeps the entire thing and then goes down to 2 right away. And then it all depends on what kind of conversions do I have. I have a 2 to 4 conversion. Do I have a 2 to 3 conversion and a 3 to 4 conversion? Yeah. Like in terms of lanes. These are the things on my mind, and I do not have answers yet, so that's why this Sunday's tutorial is just me populating the thing. It looks nice now. If you guys haven't seen it. Where's the... Yeah. Like, it looks nice. I did a good job at pressing game mode. Right. Now I'm populating street lights, populating cars. They don't move, obviously. So like, it's cool. Right, but again, like if I want these now to be a three lane, shit. Right, shit. So like I'll be showing how to populate like the trees, the street lights to make sure they're all facing in the correct way, populate the cars. Again, nothing's moving. But looks nice. Looks like miniatures with the depth of field that I added. That's a little road. So that's why that's the tutorial for this week. It's gonna get only more difficult. But I think the biggest hurdle is going to be the roads and intersections. That is, I think, the hardest part of a city gen, to a degree. So we'll see. We'll see if we can figure out anything. Okay, so we now have the dash stuff. So I don't really need the dash towards player anymore. It's still being used. So let's move that to the back to the locomotion stuff. We're going to use jump to from player. And then towards location, we'll still have if I need to jump specifically to a location. And we can modify that as needed. We'll just have those two. So, but with that, we now have the jump back. We have the dash back. Dash chain is going to be basically done automatically because that's just a matter of setting up. That's just a movement for a mob, but that doesn't mean like a new actual like movement component. So that's just going to be setting up multiple dashes, probably 2 locations that we'll figure something out for, or maybe it will just do 3 dashes with random offset. Figure something out. Next one's the teleport. Man, that one's going to be tough. How do we do a teleport, huh? Man, if only there was something I could do for a teleport. Yeah, doesn't matter. Teleport. Oh, I guess it's not dashing. It's just... Okay. I wonder... Damn, there's some things I still want to do. I don't need the rotate to player, but I'll keep this thing. Yeah, I don't need any of the rest. So for the teleport, I need to figure out where to teleport. Decisions. Where do we teleport? How do we figure that one out? I can do a random point in random regional point in radius. That's what we can probably do. So this is teleport radius acceptance. Sure. I'll set it to be like 100 by default. The location. We need to know if we want to teleport to the player or our own spot. Hey, Achilles, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Teleport to player. So if it is true, get actual location. If it's false, then we go manual teleport location target. So we can pipe in whatever we want there. I'm doing all right. Yep. Pretty good. A teleport would be a location update thing. No. What do you mean by location? I'm just setting the location of the actor. Yeah. But I need to figure out, where do I want to teleport? Do I want to teleport to the player? Do I want to teleport maybe away from player? I'll also add that in. Do I want to teleport to a specific place? What is the acceptable radius that I'm not going to teleport to the exact spot because maybe something's on it? Maybe I want to teleport like slightly around it. So that's why I need to find that spot that I can be. And the reason I'm using this is my own function here, is because this is, I have a dummy that I can place in the world through a power-up. And if it is closer to the enemy, I wanted to use that instead of the player. The easiest to test would be forward first, you think? Well, I don't want to have the enemy teleport forward. I want to have the enemy teleport to specific locations. The enemy is going to be facing the player. Facing teleport forward, right, would basically teleport to the player, but maybe that's not where they want to teleport. And they might not necessarily be looking at the player at that moment. So now we can do set actor location. Is this going to put me in the ground? Do I need to do an offset? We'll find out. If it's against the player, then it's a bad idea. For what? To teleport to the player? Or do you mean just teleporting forward? I'm gonna have a few different teleport options. So maybe I do a switch on Enum, honestly. Because I want to do teleport to player, teleport away from player, and teleport to a location. So maybe we just create a Enum. and do that. 2-player. Away from player. Location. Do I want a specific location, or maybe I just want a random location within larger radius? Let's do random location in radius. Well, I guess that's already set up. I don't need that. Thanks. I love how one Control Z just crashes the entire thing. Thanks, Unreal. Great. Love you. If the NPC is facing the player at all times, then it would just teleport towards the player. So random location would most likely be more fun. You always like RNG. Yep. Like, so I want to have the control to tell an enemy to teleport to the player or teleport away. Yeah, I just want all the controls. So depending on the enemy and their movements and stuff, right, we can tell it to go different places. Yeah. So instead of teleport to player, this is going to be a teleportation targets, change variable. Another select. Okay. 2-player, yes. Location, yes. Those are simple. Now, away from player is going to be a thing. Also, actually, this is missing an important thing. I need to put in a teleport max teleportation distance. That's kind of important. Because if it is not... if it's too far, then we shouldn't be able to teleport that far. Like, if the enemy starts to do a teleportation and I just, like, dash super quick to get away, you know, yeah, like, it should be fine, but if its combat, I guess, is just a bigger range than its teleportation range, it'll help. Okay, let's start with 2-player, because location is... Yeah, let's start with 2-player. So. Distance vector. This was going to be between you... and you. So as long as this is less than the max teleport, as long as it's true, then we're teleporting to that location as we were going to. If it is greater than or equal, this should be less or equal. Less or equal. If it is greater than, then we need to find the closest thing. So we need to do a trace, basically.
The ads have awakened. Initiating emergency pause protocol.
We need to do a trace. There's another way of doing it mathematically, isn't it? I'll find out the math, if there's a good math way without doing a trace. But I could trace from and to where we're going to go at a certain distance to get the end point of that and then basically say, okay, down here. That is our new origin. This is also going to bypass... this will bypass walls. So... after I do this location... or after I do this, I might need to do a trace to it. And see if I can get there. As long as there's no walls in between, we should be okay. I don't want enemies teleporting through walls. Actually, that's pretty much not going to be an issue. There are basically no walls anywhere. Walls have been removed from the game. Effectively. But they can teleport between maps, but that should be fine because they shouldn't be able to get here if they're not close enough. And yeah, we don't need to do the check. Don't need to do the check. I'm already doing a distance check based off of navigation time, and that says that they're close enough, so it's fine. We still need to figure out the little bit of math. In UE5, I guess it doesn't really matter if it's UE5, but sure. I have two vectors. I want to find X% distance, or I want to find the point that's X percent distance from one to the other. Is there a simple calculation for that? Because I could do it with a trace, but I want to see if there's just a simple math they can do. Yeah, that's. Now, sometimes I wish I was smarter. Just, it's like, it's so obvious once you know the answer. But but I need it to be, I said percent, but I actually need it to be a distance. God damn, nope, hold on. I played myself. Played myself. I have two vectors. Is there a simple way of finding the point that's X distance from one to the other? Assume there or X. I don't want a percentage. A plus direction times X. Oh, right. Yeah, okay. My brain is clearly today. I feel stupid for even doing this. For even asking. God damn it. find look at rotation from the enemy to the player, forward vector, multiply by max teleportation distance, and then adds the location of, and that becomes our false. I feel stupid already. Don't try to do math after work. It doesn't end well. Okay, so that is the 2-player. Okay. So the manual teleportation target, I also want to check. And I also want to check that the distance between this and the actual location here. We're similar check. So as long as this is within the range, then we go ahead and teleport there. Otherwise, it's a similar thing. Find the look at between this location and you. Forward vector. And that becomes false. So teleport as far as you can. That does not that is within the teleportation range. So teleportation target 2-player. So now we need to do from player. So as you know, we really need to do the opposite of 2-player. Except this time, there is no check for max teleportation distance. It will just try to teleport max away. I'll actually increase the default acceptable radius to something like 500, so we have a little bit of wiggle room by default. So target is now it's themselves from the player. Okay. Same stuff as before. And that is now the away from player. So if it is, we're trying to get it to escape, then that is going to be the thing. If it's away from player, I'll probably not have it be teleporting very far, but if it's to the player, I'll probably have it a bit further, but we can control that now. So yeah. Okay. Shall we try it? Replace. There it goes. Teleport is the one we want. So let's try teleport to layer. Radius, Rarius. Good job, me. I call it Rarius. That's a great Rarius. Radius. Let's call it acceptable. Yes. Okay, let's give him a little bit of a bigger cooldown here. Let's do like 2-second cooldown. So he can only go as far as... One thing I am noticing, though, what is the... acceptable, wait. Radius is 500, but he's really on me. Do I set that to 1,000? Like, I feel like he's really on me always. Did he get somewhere in the same spot, mate? Okay, 1,000 is too high. I guess he's just randomized to... he just likes that spot, huh? Why is he... Okay, what's going on? That can't be coincidence. That is not a random spot. Is it failing here? Is that the problem? False, true. False. True. False. False. Why is he failing? Okay, if it is failing... then just say, hey, you weren't successful. And don't do the teleport. If you are successful... Okay. I don't know why he's sometimes not. I guess he's trying to spawn right on top of me, but then that was a lot of times when he's trying to do it right on top of me. I mean, it's working. A few fails there. But overall, it's working. Why is it failing? What if I don't know what this teleport is. Does that hurt this teleportation chance? Let's see if it still fails. Yeah, it still fails occasionally. Huh. But why? It literally has like any point except where I am standing. I mean, I guess it's fine. It's fine. Okay. Let's try away from player. Ah! So away from player. Why are you failing? Okay, it still has a little bit of randomness there. I think it's still working. You're failing again. Why are you failing? There it goes. I guess it also goes into the air for some reason. Interesting. Like, occasionally he jumps, but sometimes he doesn't. That is odd. That is the only one I have. Random ritual point and radius. A random point and bounding box, but doesn't help me. No. That is the only AI navigation one. Okay. It is what it is, but it is working. What we can try doing for shits and giggles, it lets teleport radius acceptance. Ooh, I just realized that acceptable radius. Yeah, I'll make it 1,000, but have his teleportation distance be 100, which effectively makes him teleport randomly. Yeah, we can just do this. If we say teleportation distance to 0, acceptable radius 1,000, that means you just teleport to a random spot within 1,000 units of himself. Are you trying to just kill yourself by just jumping off the edge here? Well, this is away from player. I mean, it doesn't matter. Away from player, close to player doesn't matter. This is just random. So if we did now 250 as our range, this is nice. I'll probably use this one more, or we just have teleport. What we'll need to combine this with is some kind of an effect, but we will just have a animation on mobs that we can play as a separate thing. whenever this happens. So that way it won't be like, or like throw an effect like poof. I don't know. I think I want to do is turn off the jump thing. But the problem is he just ends up in the air in general. You know what I actually just realized? I want to have a delay. I want him to disappear and a moment later appear. I don't want it instantaneous. Instantaneous does not seem as good, because also doesn't give me time to play a poof and poof. So we actually want a delay. Okay. We're on to this to variable. This is going to be teleportation destination. So when we find it, we're going to need a few things. We're going to set the collisions and turn off the visibility of the enemy. To channel on capsule component. So I want to set pawn pawn to ignore, and I also want to set visibility. Or set actor hidden game to be hidden. Then we'll have a delay. Reappear time. We'll actually have a variation here. Time min and time max. So we'll go from, like, let's say 0.2 to 0.5. Then teleport. Mm-hmm. And then when we teleport, we set this back to block, and then we turn off hidden. Oop. Get back here. And then we're good. Right? Why is he... Why is he teleport to the same spot? within every single point it could be within 250 radius. I feel like the exact same spot is a little bit, what are the chances? Especially multiple times in a row. I feel like it's just not doing it correctly. And I don't understand why it's failing at all. It should almost pretty much never fail. Regular navigation area applied to entire navigation data by default. I mean, that is working now, right? We now have a delay. So, I'd say that success. We can tell it to play animations. We can add the animation support down the line if we wanted to play animations. I don't have animations or effects, but once we have those, we can add those in. Sweet. Okay. I'd say that one is good to go. Teleport, done. Super fast dash to player, but longer wind up. Yeah, we pretty much can do that already now. We can just change the dash timing and wind up timing. So if we want to attack to do that, we'll just set that up and effectively you can just randomize to that one, to that like combo of things, and it will do that. Okay. Movement stuff done. Surprisingly, a lot of the same ones. With movement done, let me just go ahead and organize some stuff here. Resume, stop, active movements, resume, anim playback, anim overrides. Let's just do a new folder called modular utility. I'll move these guys in there. Basically, all the modular stuff is what we're going to be keeping. So I'm just cleaning it up by just calling it modular for now. Okay. Dash to our player is we're keeping for now because it's being used. Move around point, we don't really need it. Move around point has the problem where it'll occasionally move to a player. We don't have. Wait, did I not have strafe? Or not strafe? Oh, strafe is an EQS setup. Yeah, this move around point is not good. Because it basically what was happening, it was bumping into the player potentially, or walking right up against the player as it moved. So I was like, I wasn't happy with it. So, yep, that's going bye-bye. Okay. Now, attacks. Combat. Make a new folder. Modular combat. Okay. We don't have a quote-unquote basic attack. All our attacks are hold attacks. So let's go ahead and call this a basic hold attack as our new thing. Let me take a look. Okay. So we make sure to rotate towards the player. That seems pretty good to me. Then we figure out how much hold do we want. And we set that value on the enemy. Because we need it. So we figure out the minimum and the maximum hold. Whether or not we enable the arrow, I feel like we always will enable the arrow, and I think it's on by default. Okay, let's do that. Really not needed. So then it does the attack combo. And then it does the hold delay value plus the jump duration, which it should have gone from the animation. So it knows how long this whole thing lasts at the bare minimum. Then it checks the flip book. After that, there's a way that I remember seeing a better way of checking this from the documentation. Not this. No, save machine, no. Not jump stuff, save machine. Transitional, I don't know. Buying and playback events? Hey Justin, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. How goes the game? Going well? Game's going well. Just working on animation. Oh, sorry. AI. I know why I said animation. I think it's because I'm in the animation section here. That's an animation. That is not what I want. Animation overrides. No, it's not that anim notifies. I could have swore there was a way of getting the flip book. Was it not here that I saw it? Guess not. 3 more pages. Oh, hold on. This is, by the way, so such a terrible design. Because I see this and I think this is over, and then there's a little light gray thing. This is 3 more pages. Oh. He keeps closing it. Oh, it's time remaining. That's what we need. Time remaining. Get relevant anim time remaining. That's state machine. But this is not state machine stuff. That's why. get the sprite, get the flip book, or if this is greater or equal, or if this is not equal to this current atom, current atom sequence. Wait after attack. By default at 0. I'm probably gonna remove this wait after attack. I'll do that instead in what's it called? In the state tree. Let's do that. I need a better way of checking that the animation is finished. Do I not have a better setup? Hold on. There's got to be a better. Do I not have a dispatch? I just realized. Hold on. Call attack animation finished. Buy an event on to call attack animation finished. Let's do that. I don't need this delay. I don't need any of these calculations. I just know when it's finished. I mean, I feel like that's a lot easier, isn't it? Like, I have the damn thing already set up to know when it finishes, so I'll just use that. What am I doing? Good job, previous me. Good job. You amaze current me. No, God. I wish I could reset this one window now without resetting everything. No, I don't want to reset. You know, I should once I change my UI, like some stuff in the UI, I really should save it, and I never do. I really should save. But the reason why I care at all is because of video editing. That is the only reason I care at all. So everything is in the exact same spot every time. And so when I do editing, I have presets like, hey, I know this is always here. So I just grab that, that crop, that position, that animation, whatever it is. And it speeds things up tremendously. That's fine. Okay, back to you. I love that it always reorders it. When I do this, I need to unbind attack animation finished. And finish task. Okay, so this, good. This part is fine. But The problem we have really is the fact that they sometimes miss the damn attack. So what the hell is going on? Okay, what the hell is going on? Spawn XP orbs, we're not doing anything anymore. We can go ahead and kill that. Anything to delete? Anything XP? Oh, there it goes. Goodbye, XP orbs. Okay. So I believe we do jump to attack target. Oh, I guess there is the basic one which doesn't do the jump. It just does the attack. It still does the arrow. We'll probably make it all one. So here, it is getting. It is spawning it here. So what we're doing, in terms of logic, is so wherever the wherever the enemy is, it figures out where it's attacking and the maximum range. So whatever the maximum range is towards the player, it figures out that and it puts a dummy actor here. I don't know, just dummy. Then there's a delay, so waits a moment because it's like wind up, right? His arms in the air. He has his sword or dagger. He's gonna be attacking, but he's waiting. And after that, I do the movement forward and I do a trace like this from and to the entire thing, a big capsule. For some reason though, this capsule has a tendency to miss. And I don't know why this occasionally misses. So, gotta figure that out. Let's play attack hero. Oh, it just sets the world rotation of it. I feel like this one's not really necessary, but clearly it was. I feel like it should be the direction of the actor. Because he should be facing towards me. If I don't do that, let's see what happens. Replace with basic hold attack. 1 to 2 seconds, enable arrow, random attack. This is going to be AI. No. Bob. What's the default attacks? Where's the... I forgot where the attacks are. Let's go with Brentling. Character, enemy, mob, attack, anim. Normal. Oh, I thought I checked there. Is that not the default? Normal. We'll set that to be the default. That's better. Okay, so now here, let's go back to this. Okay, got that. Random attack, 1 and 2. Why is your attack arrow not showing? Why did this not trigger? I have many questions. Okay, there's the 1. Why did 1 trigger? But it clearly didn't do the attack combo. Two. 1. Okay. Dummy actor, multi-sphere trace by channel. Yeah, why is the dummy actor still alive during that? When it spawns the dummy actor, oh, I guess it is alive. Then it does the jump to attack target. Am I not? Hold on. Attack locations. Yeah, I'm spawning 2 dummy actors. Why am I spawning 2 dummy actors? I don't need the second dummy actor. I just use the character's location. It's not like they're moving. Okay, let's see what's going on. Because I'm never getting the original location, because even for knockback. Oh, occasionally, no, I do need it for knockback. Don't I? Because I need to know where it originated from. No, I have knockback from. Knockback from is grabbed from, yeah, the first position. So that's the original position. That's what I need it for. Because when he hits, like when an enemy hits me or I hit an enemy, right, to know the knockback, we need to know where they started to where compared to where they actually did the hit. So no, I do need both locations. Got it. That's why. But once we do, I don't need the actors though. I really just need the locations, right? I think the only reason I need the location is because on here, I have to do the target one. So I can do the time to target. So what I could do is just spawn it here once. That probably is going to be better. So this is going to be a vector now. We're going to break some stuff. Attack 2 from locations. What can I add to this? I know it's a blueprint interface. Let me add to this. Get character, attack, locations. So what? Dummy. Yep. So this needs to be a vector. This is not a problem. Use that. Get the first one. That I don't need to check if it's valid anymore. You just set it. That's going to help as well. Okay. Good. That one's fixed. Here. This. And this. Yeah, this does show hidden in game for us. Sure, I'll plug it back in, but I feel like I shouldn't need to do that there. Here, right, this is not working anymore because we now have a location. So I'm going to get a reference to that location. So we can just spawn it and then immediately destroy it. Or we can spawn a dummy actor somewhere and keep it always with every enemy, so we don't have to keep creating and destroying it every time. So let's do that. Dummy attack target actor. Combat. So just spawn it. And then we'll just take it. Set actor location. Put it there. And then we can use it as our target actor. So that way we're not spawning and despawning constantly for these guys. Should help. Although, something tells me we weren't actually destroying them ever. Which has its own problems. Okay. So theoretically, all of that should still work. And what I want to do is go on to you. And so I don't take damage. I want to go to event graph. Oh, it's floor damage. Combo, execute melee abilities, take damage. Where is the, what am I looking for? Trace. Oh, all this stuff is on the, that's right. Notify state. Which I heard there's an issue with some of the stuff. So, with these notified states, which might have to do with the problem that we faced. The issue is that it is possible for a enemy to overwrite one of these variables. But if it's a local variable, it won't overwrite it. So effectively, we need to make sure that every single one of these variables is local. So basically only runs in its version of stuff. And then we just need to like add return nodes and whatever else. Because otherwise it can cause issues. So, oh boy. I don't suppose I can do, no, don't have anything to delete. No, of course not. Oh boy.
Timeline on lockdown while Twitch reminds us that food delivery exists.
So, what can we do? If I can't use global variable, basically. I could use I can throw it into local variables And I believe that if I output a value, if I want to get it later, it's still stored. Like, it doesn't recalculate it. As long as it's stored and doesn't recalculate, then we can theoretically effectively convert all global variables to local variables. That is such a pain in the ass to get around this. But right, the problem, right, is, again, if multiple attackers at once, for example, hit actors could become overwritten with a miss and overwritten with a hit, depending on how they're attacking. Which might be why they've been missing a lot. So what we're going to try after the ads is I'm going to store this as a local function, and I'm going to just output this character reference. And I believe there's a notify tick, and I'm going to print if it's valid on notify tick. And if it says true the entire time, then we know that it is storing it. And we can have one print showing if it's rerunning it and one that's storing it. As long as it runs it once and then stores it as an output, then we can just reuse. We'll be okay. If it doesn't, we run into issues. And then we go from there. Okay. So we make a function. Let's call this test, doesn't really matter. Actually, let me just make it even easier. Collapse the function. Character ref, or I guess, get character ref. So all this is doing is this, so I can make this pure. So I'm going to do a print string here. Value, I guess function ran. And then we'll do a override tick. It's its own thing. It's fine. Oh, it's why is this? Why is why is notify tick its own thing? Okay, well, we can do then is do a little sequence. Add a delay here. And then a print string is valid. That might not be a long enough or a short enough delay. I'll just do 0.1 seconds. That might be still too long for it to run. His wind up time is pretty long. Okay. Okay, it did run it twice. Point 0.3. I'll get away with a bit longer between the two. Pending killer garbage, it shouldn't be getting killed anymore. Oh, it's because it kills itself. Hold on. That's why I didn't have a kill on it. Sets lifespan 0. Should make it live forever. Okay, so what the hell do we do? What do we do? Ooh, why is his arrow moving? He's moving correctly, but he should not be looking at me. Oh, it's because that's because I have focus here on and it needs to be off for this test. Yeah. Okay. All of them were green. I took 30 damage with 4 green ones. Now I took 4. I took 10 damage. Yeah, so this is a problem. I moved this to the attack notify state. But maybe I need to move all of this off of the attack notify state. Again. And put this back onto the BP enemy. Or sorry, not BP, the main character. Yeah. I was hoping to not need to do that. I was hoping to not need to do that. I don't. I wish I remembered why I moved it here. There was a reason. I don't remember if it was just because it's just cleaner this way. It could have been. It was for the multi-attacks, wasn't it? Is there anything here that I can't have on the character? I don't think so. I think the idea was overlaps. I think at the time I was trying to figure out how do I have overlaps. So realistically, in the event graph here, nowadays I don't have attacks overlapping. You cannot move when an ability is being triggered. You can't dash out of it. So there's no risk, I think. So what I'm talking about is scenarios like this. Okay, shush you. Where I have trace. And I needed them to be world position traces. And there's a scenario where I need world position traces, actually. So maybe instead of doing it in either scenario, instead of putting it back on the character, maybe I spawn a new one. I could have one on every character, just attached to them, that I can just move and do whatever with. And then I can have a checkbox that says, hey, I need actually multiple spawned and then deleted. Like for this, if I wanted them to overlap. So the scenario is like, I have an attack that triggers multiple times or is a permanent AoE field or something, and I can do another attack. So I can't put that on the character because the variables get overridden, right? It needs to be permanent. So I think we move this to an actor. The actor gets spawned by default. It handles all of that logic and does not get destroyed. It's just a dummy attack actor. And in cases like this, or cases where we would want to have one that could trigger either overlapping or something like that, we tell it to spawn its own version instead of just reusing it. And then it will spawn it, and then after it's done, it will delete it. I think that's our go-to. I think that takes care of all of the problems. Yep. I think that takes care of all the problems. Here's the real question. Can I reparent this? If I duplicate it, can I reparent it to an actor and keep most of this logic without having to redo it? I think I can. Let's find out. This is going to be our let's call it BP attack, trace dummy. And on this one, I'm going to go class settings, and I'm going to change it to be an actor, if I can. Is it going to let me do an actor? Oh, I can't do an actor, can I? It's not going to let me. Oh, it's not going to let me. Oh, I don't think it was going to let me. Damn it. Fine. This is going to be our attack trace dummy. Okay. Okay. So what's the best way to do this? Copy the variables? Let's copy the variables. And then none of them need to be exposed. Actually, no, they do. They need to be actually also exposed on spawn. No, they don't need to be exposed on spawn. They don't need to be exposed. I'll set up a function to set them. Because they need to set them and then it'll activate all that stuff. Initialization is where we're going to put all these. Okay. So got you. I don't think we need potentially all of these, but I'm going to copy them and then later on we can just, remove them easier. Because when we do the set and whatnot. I don't know if we ever actually need to even set the location of this thing. Of this actor. I need to be careful not to click remove unused stuff. That would be bad. Okay. Pretty much everything's going to be on custom events. Yeah. So when it gets the notify begin, it'll effectively just get this back. It will effectively call this with this. So we will need a blueprint interface. Yeah, we'll need a blueprint interface to talk with this thing. But for now, because we'll be spawning out of the player, we'll do a custom event. Initialize. So we're going to do ZD character object reference. That's not the same. Oh, that's just an actor. Actor object reference. Yep. Character ref. Theoretically, I should copy over all the functions. Yeah, player control. Okay, we need that one first. Okay. Okay. Copy that view and yeah. And this is custom event on attack end. Or I guess on attack trace end. That's going to be attack trace start. Turn off on. Yeah. Well. Okay. Okay, I don't know if it was painless yet. But it's promising. On begin play, spawn actor from class. But throw into a variable. Oh, I need to So every single character will have a hard reference to this thing, but the whole game runs on it, so it's impossible to not have it be in the game, pretty much. So I'm kind of fine with it. I could do... could use an interface for it. I don't think it matters that much on this one. Attack trace dummy reference. On that. Yep. So now we need an interface. Character info. This is going to be a trigger attack trace. Okay, so we're gonna need trace start. So this is just going to trigger attack start or trace start. And then finish. Great. Kind of important to still have this. Okay. Then here, wait. Put this inside of combat. Interfaces, character info, combat. Yep. So here we now need to do this. So we either do attack trace start or attack trace end. I mean, I could just do one function. I have an input here. Let's do trace boolean. If it's false, then we're doing this. And let's just give me attack trace. So then this does attack trace. Okay, so I need the character reference. Actor. Character reference. Yeah, we're getting a lot of things plugged in, so I'm actually move this up here. Okay. So that gets set. So anywhere where we have exposed stuff originally, we need to have these as inputs. So the attack info. Is an input. The start delay. It's a flipped. Is an input. Location based. I think it's almost always going to be location based. Default is true. Then we have player specified positioning. Is there any scenario where I don't do that? Hold on. Oh, some of them I don't do location based. I don't do location based on these. I guess it's easier to do it from the player's position at these points of time because he's just standing still. I don't need to do it. Yeah, I guess I don't need to do it location based because they're not a permanent feature. So, okay. Fair enough. I wish I could put these, by the way, in groups and tabs. Unfortunately, cannot do that. copy paste. Spawnable distance. Spawn check radius. What's the last one? Okay. So, I think that's all. So now, oh god, now I have to recreate it all here. So a couple of things that we're going to do after this is I want to set it to be at the location of the character, but yeah, let's start with first setting all these up again. Okay, one more time. I wish you can copy these. If only, if only. Oh, you know what I can do? I know. Yay! That's what I can do. Excellent. Look, my brain can think sometimes. It's great. Okay, so what we're gonna do is basically anything that was exposed, we're gonna be setting right away. When we do the trace start, it's been set. Start delay. And we pass all this info along. I'll probably collapse that all into a function or just collapse, honestly. There we go. So just take all of this stuff, collapse nodes. This is just going to be set variables from. I love how I didn't copy any of the names. That's so nice of you. Spawnable distance. Spawning check radius. Okay. Okay, so this is good. So what we do now is when we do this, so if it is starting to the trace, I'm going to set the location of this thing to the character. So we get it. Get actor location. And we do set. Do we need to? I'll do it if I need to. I don't know if I actually need to even ever move this, but I guess. It'll be easier for debugging and stuff like that. Get actor location. Set actor location. Yep. Plus, when we when we need to spawn it randomly, and sometimes we'll need to have it location based, and when it's location based, we'll need to know the location. So yeah. Okay. Now, is anything not being used still? No, all variables are not being used. Good. Good. So now we can go here, plug all of these guys in. Yep. I guess this should really be under combat. Not utility. Yeah. And now if we go back to you, we need to plug stuff in. So we only plug it in on the notify begin one. The character reference will be itself. Well, I mean, I could have gone it from the other one, but it's fine. Just pass it through. Like, we could have done self on the one that's here. But that's such a non-issue that doesn't really matter. Let's trace start, and then we trace end. I mean, theoretically, we can already test it. I think. Not on trace attack. I want to check this one. For duration is already on. Ooh. Okay. So it is working. One of them missed, so I did tick 30. Okay, okay. It might be working now. Let's they're a little bit too far, but I mean, to be fair, they're also could be overlapping each other, and it's returning like they hit something. So I mean, I guess it's not the most fair test. Let's do with just one, and see if there ever misses. If it doesn't ever miss, because the other ones missed even on one. Ooh, you know what? Why did he get? Why did he? Stop and get bumped into me. He shouldn't. He should be effectively like not should not go through any, or should be able to go through everything. So let's see. Here we enabled pawn collision. But where did we disable it? And hold on, why are we enabling? No, hold on a second. Why are we enabling it here? We just launched, so of course it will bump into the player because we haven't finished getting to the full end. So what is the? Oh, because there's a delay, which is a jump. Okay, no. We're fine. We're fine. But then. Where are we setting this? Here, pawn ignore. Jump to attack target. But clearly he bumped into me. We all saw him bump into me. He's going through now. Why is he doing a trace all the way to the end? Or why is he jumping all the way to the end? It is the launch character friction stuff. I want to play around with this for a second. I just make it slightly like pretend like gravity is just a little bit higher, so it just goes a little bit higher. Oh, I guess I could add the target instead of that. Don't overwrite the gravity. Target location offset. Oh, why am I doing the target location offset? Why are we doing to offsetting this a little bit? No, go all the way to the dummy actor. Oh, I know. I understand why. I understand why. So the reason why we were going not all the way, because the idea was the character's body's taking up some room. So I think the idea was correct. I might have just gone too high with this. So if I do like minus 50, it doesn't quite go all the way to the end, but it's still like pretty much to the end. A little less. It is actually, honestly, like a pretty good spot. Minus 20. Or maybe I just say screw it and just have it go all the way. I mean, that's pretty good. Maybe minus 25. That was minus 20. I can always make that a... Yeah, he doesn't go nearly as far in that one. It's kind of fine. Yeah, I think it's fine. So instead of minus 100, it's minus 25. So it feels like he's actually going the full distance that he's supposed to. So the collision stuff is working. It was just throwing me off because this was too high of a number. Based on my positioning, I thought that was what's happening. But we're good. So now I can go ahead and just nuke all of this. It seems like it's working. And if it's not, I'm gonna have a bad time down the line. But I can always revert it. So basically, everything that we set up here on the attacks is still set up. I mean, here the attack info, the start delay, location base rate. Nothing in here has changed. We're just passing that now along to here. There is one other thing that we need to set up, and that is going to be the spawning of new actors on certain setups. So when we want to spawn one and have it be overlap, like at a pool or whatever, we're gonna need to spawn a new one and then use that. But let's also try as multiple enemies. I think we pretty much tested this already, but just in case, more time. Yeah, I took all 4 hits. I should die here. Why did I not die there? Are they still? They're still missing. Okay, what's going on? I mean, I'm not gonna change this part. I think this is still better because apparently the other one still had issues. So, this is still safe. But why did I not take any damage? Oh, what is this? Get attack info. I don't really need this pass through, do I? Hold on. I mean, I kind of do. Kind of do need that. I don't really need it from the function. But I guess I'm already using it in the function, so it doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter which one I grab here. I took 3, so I should take 4 here. Or 7. he bounced off me. One, he bounced off me. And two, I didn't take the damage. Why? What's going on? What is going on? Well, we're still gonna have a little bit to figure out tomorrow. Still got a little bit of figuring out tomorrow. If I never re-enable collisions just for shits and giggles? How? What? How are you going this far with no... I mean, they definitely... What? Huh? Oh. I shouldn't be doing this. On attack, because once it does the hold is done, that's not when I want to do it. Or not when I do want to do the jump. I mean, jump duration is where I want to do it. No, hold on. This is right. Jump duration is when he just makes it all the way to the end. So he should be done with his jump at this point. Not somewhere in the middle. That is correct. I could try doing like delay until next frame. Or, yeah, until next tick. What is next frame? What? Wait, what? That's a new one. Interesting. How did all of them miss? What in the world is going on? I really gotta figure out this tomorrow. Why? Why? All of them say false. Wait, why did they all say hello? Oh, because they all hit themselves. They all hit each other, so yeah. True. It's not a good test. Yeah, we'll need to see where this is failing. They all succeeded in that one. Okay, well, no time to do it tonight. Tomorrow. That was the last check pretty much before this. I guess here it could fail here. If the hit actor is not that's crazy for it not to be. And either way it goes here, yeah. But I don't, you know what it is? I don't know who they're actually trying to send that to be fair. Because it could be them, each other. It's all each other. I was never printed there. Okay. Okay. We'll get to the bottom of this. I was never printed in the hit results. So that means I never was in the attack trace. Which means I was never successfully hit here. Huh. Okay, well, we'll figure out tomorrow. I can just shrug. But we made good progress. Fixed some stuff. Swapping over and fixing this issue. Adjacent issue. Wasn't too bad. The paper CD thing is still a thing, so I'm not like disappointed about me moving it over to an actor. It's not a waste of time. It was still needed to be done to be safe. So yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. There's a small thing I need to still do for PCG for Sunday's video. I might. We'll see how time permits. If I have time / energy before tomorrow's stream to take care of that, then we'll just do full this. Otherwise, we'll do just a very short dive into PCG land. Probably, 30 minutes maybe, and then we'll do more of this. Should be good. Should be fun. At least I'm enjoying myself. But I hope you all have a good rest of your night, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.